So, I'm what you might call a Hideo Kojima fan, or Hideo Kojima, however you pronounce it. I absolutely love most Kojima games. There are very few things that I don't actually like about his games. Hell, I even enjoyed Death Stranding. For as weird as that game was, I actually enjoyed it for the strangeness. But enough of that. This isn't a review about Death Stranding. This is a review about Hideo Kojima's magnum opus, his Mona Lisa, his... I don't know, just insert a picture of some Banksy art here, I don't know. This game needs no introduction. It is Metal Gear Rising: Revengence, the best Metal Gear game in the series. I absolutely fell in love with this game when I first played it. In fact, it actually reinvigorated my interest in the Metal Gear series. My first Kojima game was Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty. I played it, got frustrated, dropped my controller out of the window and then stopped playing it. But after I played Metal Gear Rising, I actually went back and gave the other Metal Gear games another go, which led me to reviewing Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, and you'll probably remember me saying, it's still the best series in the game, guys, so I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and review it. So you're probably thinking, why is this game so amazing? Why am I seeing memes about it everywhere? And why can I hear boss music? Without any further prevarication, let's get into that. So Metal Gear Rising was released in 2013, a few years after Metal Gear Solid 4, which came in 2008, where for some reason, Raiden, after being absent for 3 games, returns as a cyborg ninja. Metal Gear Rising is set pretty much directly after Metal Gear Solid 4, with the same 2009 colour scheme, you know, a lot of beige. And in this one, he's got even more power. So the story of Metal Gear Rising: Revengence involves one big revenge story. At the start of the game, Raiden was protecting a president of some unnamed African country, and then shite hits the fan in the most spectacular manner and the president ends up dead. So Raiden goes on a revenge story, killing the people that make up the organisation that murdered the president, including Markiplier, a guy who looks like a virtual boy, and an e-girl. Each one of the boss fights against these deranged morons get madder and madder. Take Virtual Boy looking ass over here. He literally spouts off about memes for 5 minutes before you can actually fight him. Each of the boss characters are hilarious and characterised really well. I remember all of these guys, and if they really existed, I would all take them to a good old British boozer and boil them a pint, and hopefully in doing so I won't get stabbed. Raiden is also extremely well characterised, plus he wears a sombrero and a poncho at one point, which I just find funny. Plus the story is extremely well paced. You literally fight a giant fucking robot at one point. You fight a Metal Gear Ray unit. So yeah, 10 minutes into the game, it's great. Bison likey. The gameplay of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is unique for most hack and slashes. Most hack and slashes kind of just have you slice and dice enemies until everyone drops down dead. But Metal Gear Rising has one feature that makes it an A-tier hack and slash, that being Blade Mode. At any point, so long as your power meter is full, Raiden can slow down time and slice and dice enemies into multiple bits. You can turn an enemy into 100 parts of an enemy. The Blade Mode can easily be changed into extremely diverse combat encounters, pulling off combo after combo, watching your score counter rise. It's extremely satisfying. You really feel like, nay, you are an unstoppable force of God in this game. It's just you, a sword, and a hardcore rock soundtrack to accompany. Speaking of, oh my god, the soundtrack in this game is fucking great! Some of my favourite tracks include It Has to Be This Way, Rules of Nature, and All I Know For Real. The soundtrack is composed by the same guy who did Toontown Online. I'm not joking, check Wikipedia. The soundtrack is mostly rock with some techno elements in it, and each song complements the current combat encounter that you're currently slicing and dicing your way through. Plus, each boss fight has their own unique song, like the final boss fight with Senator Armstrong. That has It Has to Be This Way backing it. Absolute banger of a song, by the way. The soundtrack matches the flow of combat perfect, and once you get into a rhythm, you'll melt into the combat and feel like the world's most ultimate badass, slicing and dicing your way through enemies while someone grates their guitar strings with a cheese grater. All in all, Metal Gear Rising is an absolutely amazing game, with great feeling combat, great characters, amazing soundtrack, and some of the stupidest shit ever seen in a video game plot. All of this, a special occasion must be held. I'm giving Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance the first ever 10 out of 10. Simply an amazing game, and I recommend you pick it up post haste. It really makes you feel like a cyborg ninja!